Hi everyone, I'm Mark. I'm the spiritual advisor for Marc Healing Arts. I'm so glad everyone is here today. This is the first time doing the live stream and I'm really excited. One thing I want to share with you that I really want to get into a topic that I think is really interesting. That I want to talk to you about the energy shifting, what's really going on. The energies have been shifting for the last, I would say about the last 20 years now, but in the last couple of days, the energies have been real intense. And because they're really intense, different things are actually happening to us. Every thought that we do have, we get affected by it. Before, it was like you have a thought, you start thinking about it, and it's no big deal, right? It's just a bye-bye. Now you have a thought, and you could feel the effects behind every thought that we do have. What I'm going through, I like to share with you, that I'm going through twitching that I never had before. Every time if there's a nervousness due to the energies or deal with my own emotions, I get twitching like through my body. Or I go through muscle spasms. Or I could go through lack of sleep. Or dizziness. Or I could feel really offset, and it could feel very uncomfortable. I know I have had clients tell me that they had had heart palpitations, even though I had one yesterday that I found very interesting, a little scary, but you know, this is from what we're going through right now. We're doing major purging. So I just want everyone to be aware of that. We're going through a major. This has never happened on the earth before. These energies that are shifting are coming at a higher rate. And as time goes on, it's going to happen more and more. And one thing I want to share with everyone, that this is really important. Please keep this in mind. That when you are going through anxiety or stress, you know, some people may think they have anxiety disorder. I mean, some people do, but the thing is, with these energies, they make it feel like you're having this high anxiety and it becomes very uncomfortable. So what you really want to do, you want to keep your mind at a higher frequency. And how do you do that? You think a wonderful thought. Think of the word love. The word love is a very powerful word, as everyone knows. And as you think of that word love, with your eyes closed, you know, make yourself comfortable. And you want to do is release these energies that are trying to purge from your body. That's why we're going through uncomfortable times. We're going through anxiety. We're going through stress. We're not feeling ourselves. And so you want to think of that beautiful word, like what the word love. And what you want to do with your eyes closed, energetically, with your eyes closed, release it. It's almost like you could imagine if your hand is tingling, but you want to feel this through your body. If you cannot feel it in the kinesthetic approach, you can feel it, you know, think of it in one's mind, of thinking that things are being released from the body, and it will work, even if you feel it or not. Now, as we go through these different changes and all that, we're going to go through many different experiences. And one of the experiences that we're going to go through is we don't want to feel like we want to be here anymore. And another experience is we're going to feel isolated. Well, we don't feel that, we feel like we're alone. And then, of course, like I said before, the anxiety, the stress that we normally don't even have, or we had it, but not to this extreme. We could have nightmares, we could have night sweats, we could have tremors, we could have loss of thought. Our minds, and just like our bodies, are more into the fourth dimension. So when our mind is in the more of the fourth dimension, we're processing, we're thinking more at a quicker, rapid rate. If you do notice now, when you think of something, when you think of anything, and you get too involved in it, it circles. Or you get brain fog. And what do you do with that? So Spirit I know when from channeling spirit that they're trying to teach us to go more into linear time. Live in the moment. When you live in the moment, then you can actually bypass things a lot quicker. It's like having a dream. When you have a dream, you want to get back to that part where you left off, but you're already gone. That time has already left. Well, this is what's happening with our minds now. Being in the fourth dimension thinking, we're not used to that. We're used to 3D body, 3D mind. Now we have 4D mind, that's where it is now, our thought process, as well as our physical body. Even though we do see the 3D around us, believe it or not, timeline has collapsed, and now we're at a different level of consciousness and awareness. So we have to go with the tide of it. If we do not, we're going to keep on have circle patterns. I've had people tell me they've had symptoms of OCD, or they feel lost, or they feel scared, or they don't know where to put themselves. And this is a good time to really, really purge these energies. And like how I explained to you before, and it works, trust me. I've had my clients tell me that they were in a dentist office with anxiety, and they did this kind of work, and after 10, 15 minutes, they felt relieved, because the stuff is trying to come out of us. But we also have to keep in mind, that we have to live in the moment. We cannot do what we did before. It's like stay in a certain area in such a long period of time, because the mind will start to spin or get into this brain fog, and then you'll get more confused. And why I'm sharing this with you, because so many people are getting more and more affected. If you notice, like yesterday is a really good example that a lot of people were, wow, the energies were so intense that emotionally, dealing with either friends or family members or whoever it was, it's like they felt very unstable. And it's because of the energies. As the energies increase and we get to higher frequencies, we're going to feel not only it being more intense, but it's going to feel more uncomfortable. So we have to learn to purge the energies. That I think is really important, but also knowing that you're going to be okay through it. We have to give more faith and trust of knowing what we're going through. It's a process. It's to guide us and direct us. We're going to get lighter bodies later on. Our bodies energetically are going to change. Right now we have more of a physical dense body. Later on it's going to be more of a light body. And our minds are going to be thinking different even now. If you notice how we're having difficult thinking, but eventually we're going to go into our higher level consciousness of mind, and an awareness is going to be more extended that we're not used to. We're used to just doing one thing and then that's it, or another thing, that's it. No, it's going to go into more of a wide, broad spectrum. So I really, I feel for myself, and I just want to share with all of you that please ground yourself more now than ever and start meditating. And I know for me, personally, meditation, even when I was having problems sleeping during the ascension symptoms, that I felt I was sleeping better, I'm more calmer, the anxiety went down. Because the other way, you're going to keep on feeling more lost and more distance. The soul, in a way, is scared because it doesn't know what's going on. We're leaving things behind us that we're not used to leaving. So as we leave these things behind, it gets into this fear mode. Like another way of saying, for a good example, that our fears, doubts, and worries that we're used to being in the 3D is starting to release from us. And through this, it makes us feel uncomfortable because we're so used to having it. It wants to put us into a different space of enlightenment. Enlightenment means about feeling bliss and love, and there's no fear, doubt, and worry. Right now, it may sound kind of far-fetched for you, But later on, you're going to see how it keeps on changing and keep on changing. And then you're going to see it. We're going to not only get lighter bodies, but our minds are going to be different. We're going to have more spiritual experiences. Let me tell you something. We're going into a wonderful time. I know we've had problems, dealing with the dark versus the light. But as Spirit has shared with me, and I want to share with you, that we have won. But right now, I know sometimes it may look a little like gloom and doom or uncertainty of what's going on in the world. But I want to reassure you that you're going to be okay. But also knowing to have faith and trust of the changes that are going through. You're not going nuts. You're not going crazy. But I want you to know that you will go through this process, but we'll go through many different levels of that. As we go through many different levels of that, it's going to be different experiences. And I think this is really exciting, and knowing that it's going to be a unique experiences that you'll never ever experience before on this earth. And I'm so blessed to be here, at this time, because what we need to know, look at this, I'm not even that emotional guy, and I'm getting emotional over this, because I could tell that Spirit that channels through me is telling me to tell everyone this. This is a really beautiful time where we're going through. Such joy, such bliss. And to feel the way it does, I could just feel it. Even my own loved ones, that they're coming through, that they're so happy that I'm sharing this information with you tonight. Well, the day depends where you are on the earth. But knowing that, getting more in touch with yourself. This is the time you really need to get more in touch with yourself than ever before. Because part of the spiritual growth, they want us to release the old stuff so we can move forward and evolve as a soul. And as we evolve as a soul, we're going to keep on growing. It's not just us living here, we pass to the other side, and if we learned our lessons here, we're going to go to the other side, and then we're going to go to the next level. No, it's different now. It's actually, we're evolving even on the earth, even before going back into the spiritual realms. And we're going to be going through things that we're not used to being in our physical form, that I think is a wonderful experience. So don't be afraid of it. And even if you're not sure of it, just reassure that you're going to be okay through it. But be strong, be tough, and realize that everything that comes into place was meant from the divine. And from the divine, that you could actually know that we're going to blossom through this. We're going to experience things that you could never imagine. You would think like you're dreaming. But also note that, think about it. We go through our life and we feel these emotions. Imagine one day that all of this gets released. All our fears and doubts and worries. And all we feel is the enlightenment, bliss, and love. And I think that's really, really important to know. Because as we grow through this, we're going to know that we experienced something that has never before, like I said before, happened on the earth. So enjoy the journey of it. If you have any questions, if you want to write some comments down here, please do, and I'll definitely get back to you. And but knowing that there's going to be many different levels of this, so we have just started. There's more to come, from this. And do breathing work. I really highly recommend that. Do breathing work, because breathing work would be awesome, because that will help you calm down. And do not, and I repeat, do not fight against these energies, because the energies are very powerful. They're trying to purge the stuff from us. Because I did that, one time I was in the car, it was like driving, and I felt these energies shifting from me, and I didn't know what they were, and I said, I don't know what this is, and this is really weird, and it got worse, and then I had heart palpitations. And so help the energy push itself out of you by, if you're in a car driving, you're at home, you're at a friend's house, wherever you are. Remember to get more into breath work, do more meditation work, and do more purging work. Because we need to release the stuff to move even more forward and evolve as a soul. Knowing that these experiences that we're going to have is beyond, I can't even explain to you. It's unbelievable. Even when I'm speaking to you right now, I'm looking at my wall, and it's really wild. I can see this beautiful angel looking at me right now. I think it's Angel Ariel. She said her name, Ariel. And God, of course, is the white light. So it's like God's watching me share this information with all of you. So, and how special can that be? Well, how unique can that be? To feel that, to know that. I mean, look what happened before. I'm an emotional guy. I really care and I love everyone. But, for me to get that emotional, how they made me feel, I said, what's going on with me? Why is this happening? But in the long run, through this, just note, like, even if you have like dreams, even spiritual dreams, your spirit is talking to you. Even if you never talked to spirit before or seen spirit. The loved ones on the other side, dealing with your loved ones that passed, angels and guides, all want to guide us and direct us in helping us through this journey. So knowing that you're never alone, you could also be in spiritual groups so people can relate and resonate with you. That, because this is a wonderful experience that we got to talk to people who will relate to us. Not the ones that don't relate to us, because then they're going to think we're crazy. And if they think we're crazy, that's not a good idea to talk to them, because then they're going to look at you in a different light. But you'll know and you'll see more and more as these energies shift, you're going to be resonating. You're going to be resonating with people that are at your frequency. And you'll see it could be loved ones, it could be friends, family members, the ones that you had may drift off. And if they do drift off, don't be heartbroken from it. Knowing that you need to resonate with a frequency where you're at. And this way, you could evolve and grow. The other way, if you stay with souls that are low frequency, it kind of can knock you down. So be aware. Be aware as it may happen. Some of our loved ones, our family and friends, may depart from us. And I don't mean by passing away, but I mean separating. That we may not connect with them again, or we may later on. So I don't want to put a fear on that, but I'm just letting you know that we're resonating, and anything that feeds us, we're going to go with. We're like a vacuum cleaner. We're going to suck up things that feed us, and we're going to grow and move forward. And I know this is a lot of information, but I really wanted to share with you guys tonight, or wherever you are in the world, afternoon or morning. I just want to share this information because I've had so many people tell me about this. I've had so many dreams of this and said, why don't I go live stream? And this is the first time. That's why I'm so psyched up. And I think this is awesome. And I'm getting good feedback here. I could see here. And I really love it. That knowing that we are powerful souls, even sometimes more powerful than we realize. And from this experiences, there's going to be so much bliss and alignment from this that you have never felt before, and you'll be in peace. It's almost like if you're on the other side where there's only about love, and that's what we're going to feel on the earth. So knowing that we're going to move forward, and we're going to feel great through this experience, but don't ever be afraid of it. I emphasize that. Don't be afraid of it. Take deep breaths and say positive affirmations. Take a walk on the beautiful Mother Earth and ground yourself of knowing this journey. I wouldn't say it's totally began, but we still have a lot more different shifting going on, a lot more different experiences we're going to go through. But with each one, enjoy the journey. Take it as more intellectual thinking, into logic thinking, by saying, wow, and what's happening now? And what's going on now? And what else is going to happen? Even though we want to take one step at a time. And I feel like as time goes on, I'm very intuitive, as me as a spiritual advisor and a psychic, and I'm a sports coach too, that I know I help people with this, but I really want to share it with everyone, to knowing that this is the direction we're going in. I talked enough with Spirit, and they gave me all this information to give to you, and there's so much more. Oh my God, I could go on forever with this, but I just wanted to share with everyone that I send my love and blessings to all of you. And right now, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll see you soon.